All right, Shalom, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua Ba'Shem, Rakah Kodash, Divine the Apostles, Elders, Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to you sincere brothers out there pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth, risking your lives to do so, waking up the brothers all across the earth. Real quick, because you still, it's 2018. It's August of 2018. It's about to be fall. Then it's going to be wintertime. Then it's going to be 2019. And we still got our people looking for answers, wandering around still dead. So we got to keep pushing and keep the word going and do our best to stay in the spirit and do the things that the Lord has called us to do, to keep the spirit of the Lord upon us. And just real quick, man, another big thing that our people are still into is this skin bleaching thing. Because you're starting to see that now, bleaching of the skin, and not just bleaching of the skin, but bleaching of the hair. You're starting to see a lot, especially amongst the Judite women. You're starting to see a lot of blonde Judite women. And then, of course, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. And then, of course, in the northern kingdoms, you see a lot of them bleaching their skin as well. And, they pay a lot of good money for these chemicals to be put on their skin, and these chemicals have long-term effects. And our people, willingly do this just so they can, feel included, or they could kind of look like the devil. And if you're doing this, man, you need to stop it. You need to check yourself, because dark skin, that's a sign of royalty. The Adam was created from the dust of the ground, the dirt. And the richer the soil, basically the darker it's going to be. So he had to have been a dark-skinned man. So when you bleach your skin and you do all this shit, you basically you're trying to change things, change the way that the Most High created you. If you're one of the chosen people of the Lord, Black, Native American, and Latino people. Skin color, man, has played a huge part. And it still does. The police roll up, they're going to deal with you differently based on your skin color. You go to the job, people are going to deal with you differently based on your skin color. Now it could be on purpose, it could be subconsciously, but, even some stupid jakes, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to treat you differently based on if you're black, if you're white. Why? Because black has been associated, we always go into the definition of words, black, dark, ugly, evil, versus white, pure. And then etymology online has it, white man, person of a race distinguished by a light complexion from the 1670s. So they're trying to say that they've been calling themselves white since about the 1600s, and that sounds about right. Because up to a certain point, there was no black and there was no white. It was what lineage you were based off of. Now, if you were a son of Jacob, another name for us has been the Anglo-Saxons, the angelic sons of Isaac. Then your skin was most likely dark. Skin color is just a byproduct of what lineage you're from. If you're an Edomite, you're probably going to have white skin unless, they got with a dark-skinned woman. And these Edomites, they fought for that image. They fought to keep this word and for it to be Salakia, for it to be associated with pureness. Whiteness is associated with pureness. We're pure white folks, and that's what these Negroes have bought into. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. Yep, and the other nations, they've drunken this wine as well. Excuse me. I'm gonna just read a couple of things from this particular article. It says. Some countries have taken steps to tackle skin lightening trends. In 2014, India officially banned colorist advertising making it illegal for companies to portray dark-skinned people as being inferior in any way. In 2015, Ivory Coast banned skin whitening creams altogether over concerns about unregulated products, right? Because a lot of them are unregulated. But the increased regulation has barely made a dent in what continues to be a multi-billion-pound industry. So, it's $1 billion too. As of this year, the business of skin lightening and bleaching is estimated to be worth between 8 billion euros and 15 billion euros, with multinational beauty conglomerates like Unilever and L'Oreal cashing in on its popularity in South Asia and West Africa. In Nigeria, as many as 70% of women admit regularly using bleaching creams, and that's self-hatred right there. That's self-hatred. And of course, we know Moab, they try their best to look like Esau too. That's one of his top bootlickers, even though they think they can take over from Esau. That's still one of Esau's top bootlickers. And they just show you all the different things. This is wicked. Strong bleach. Now bleach, it's crazy because bleach is used to kill germs. So they try to associate that with, killing germs is going to make you more white. It's going to make you more pure. When really having that fair skin, I won't even say fair, having that translucent skin, that's really not good according to the Bible. And I'm going to show you that. Leviticus 13. Where is it at? Okay, I'm going to start at verse 12. And if leprosy break out abroad in the skin, and the leprosy cover all the skin of him that hath the plague from his head even to his foot, wheresoever the priest looketh, then the priest shall consider, and behold, if the leprosy have covered all his flesh, he shall pronounce him clean that hath the plague. It is all turned white, he is clean. But when the raw flesh appeareth in him, he shall be unclean. Yeah, raw flesh. And the priest, right, and the priest shall see the raw flesh and pronounce him to be unclean, for the raw flesh is unclean, it is a leprosy. Or if the raw flesh turn again and be changed into white, he shall come unto the priest. And the priest shall see him, and behold, if the plague be turned into white, then the priest shall pronounce him clean that hath the plague. He is clean. He is clean. So you can be clean. You can have that. You can have that light skin and still be clean. Like Esau, he has that light skin, but he's clean. He's a clean leper. The flesh also, in which even in his skin thereof was a boil and is healed. In the place of the boil there should be a white rising, or a bright spot, white, somewhat reddish, and it be showed to the priest, and if the priest seeth it, behold, it be in sight lower than the skin, and the hair thereof be turned white, the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a plague of leprosy broken out of the boil. But if the priest look on it, and behold, there be no white hairs therein, and if it be not lower than the skin, but be somewhat dark, then the priest shall shut him up 7 days, right? If it heals over itself, that's why it gets darker, because it's healing. And if it spread much abroad in the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a plague. But if the bright spot stay in its place and spread not, it is a burning boil, and the priest shall pronounce him clean. And that's something interesting about us, man. The Lord made us a clean people. Like Israelites like to say, look, cleanliness is next to godliness. And everything is about being clean. And the Lord gave us those tools in the ancient world. And for some reason, we've seen to lost those tools. Like this guy has leprosy. I can't see his whole body, but that it shows you some of his skin broke out white. But if that like we just read, if he healed up, and there's no open skin or anything, he could still be clean, but still have that leprosy. He could be clean. He could be healed up. And oh man, that's crazy. Imagine you seeing somebody, you know, who looks like this or darker, but then, you know, they just break out and look like this. That's leprosy, man. We call it vitiligo, and even those people in Africa, they know that, you know, that shit, that's unnatural. So like these kids, they're completely wasted away. Body white, skin's white, mother's dark. It looks like father's probably dark, but they can still be clean lepers. And that's what Esau has been selling these people on. But, you know, he flipped it. Isaiah 5:20, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. And that's what they did. They took this bitter thing and they put it for sweet. You know, just because they're in power, now they can spin things a certain way and say, look, you know, see, we have this white pure skin. And then, of course, you know, hey, we are in power, so, you know, we're not lying to you. We do have this pure white skin, and we're a lot purer than you. But then, you know, when they see us in the sports world or the boxing world, that's part of the sports world too. They'll say, well, look, you know, black people tend to be stronger because they went into slavery, you know, and make different excuses like that. When, you know, it has nothing to do with that. That's in our spirit to be strong. It's in our spirit. Now, you know, you had a lot of our people who did become stronger through slavery, but overall it was in our spirit to go through that and have the strength. And of course, you know, the number one poster for it is the damn Negro woman. She wants to look like the devil so bad. You know, but some of them are waking up, but for the most part, man, a lot of these Negro women and Hispanic, and a lot of Latino women too. You know, y'all don't get away. And then, you know, the Native American women, y'all don't get away either, man. Y'all gonna be destroyed if y'all don't come out of this bullshit. Hey, man, because, you know, it's 2018, man. The brother just did a great video on the main you know, he just did a beautiful video on how Jake is ignoring the elephant in the room. And our people are just completely fucking gone and not understanding what's really going on. Excuse me. Yeah, all this shit, man.
I need a product that I can really trust.
It's poison. This is the wine that our people have drunk. And not only have they made this a beauty standard, but basically this is a social standard. You know, what was the old saying? If you black, you know, if you white, you are right. If you brown, stick around. If you black, stand back. And it was made into that kind of thing. You know, the darker you are, the harder it was for you to get that promotion or whatever. And so basically, they made that stuff in the social, they bled that shit in the socioeconomics. I put it like that. It's a socioeconomic problem. Really, it's a world issue. So, and of course, you know, we have you know, our so-called celebrities, right? Which everybody's waking up to what these celebrities are really about. You know, Esau even exposes his own people. That these people are a bunch of fucking demons. You know, these people in the forefront and who crave attention, and, you know, they'll do anything to get on the big screen. Hey, Esau is already exposing his own, and these people are exposing themselves, man. Once you get to that top level, you know, like these people, they all feel inclined to do that. Why is that? Because they want to look like Esau. They want those same traits as Esau. They want to, you know, be able to pass for Esau, and oh man, and just look at our eyes, man. People are gone, bugged the fuck out, not knowing who you are, and not just not knowing who you are, not giving a fuck about who you are, because you know, a lot of these celebrities, they walk past the camps and they've seen brothers, And a lot of them, you know, they'll walk past, they'll wave and shit. Hey man, hey, the prophets of the Lord, man, you supposed to go, you know, hey, these are, you would think if you have men who the Lord has given certain understanding to, you know, you would give a certain respect for these men. But, you know, like I said, man, you still got our people who want to be wicked. They want to, they want to give up everything that God gave them. You know, He gave you that talent, but what about the skin associated with that talent? What about that? Even in the boxing world, man, somebody who has white skin, their skin is thinner. You know, it's easier for them to bleed, for them to get cut, versus somebody with darker skin. Because, like I said, their skin is translucent, it's thinner. Of course, they got a fucking Bati boy up here. Yeah, but that's it, man. Just want to jump on that subject real quick. And, hey, this shit gotta stop, man. This place is coming to a close, man. You still got our people, even in 2018, with these Edomites suffering and bugging the fuck out, snitching on each other, showing, you know, the real characteristics that they've always showed. They've always showed a history of bullshit, but over time, you know, people forget the history, or they forget about the different things that this devil has done. And that's what we're set up to expose, man. Keep lifting up his skirt, going through history, and blowing the trumpet for the people to see. Hey, Shalom to the hopeful elect. Call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahushua Shalom. Look at that shit. People, man, these people, man, you look at these people, man, they don't have it, man. They faking and perpetrating, man. They don't have it. Hey, we gotta continue, man, to keep that confidence in what the Lord has given us, man. These people, they don't have it. You can look in their eyes and see they don't have it. They're looking for looks and they're fucking empty. Shalom.